Well, welcome to Undercover, and we're here in St Kilda at Pure Pop Records. Marvellous place to spend your Saturday afternoon. Some live music, some Vegemite and cheese sandwiches and coffees and some live bands. And one of those live bands today we're catching up with is the Wellingtons. And we have with us here Kate and Zach. Welcome to Undercover.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Good to have you here, and particularly with the release of the album this week, Heading North for the Winter. Congratulations, finally getting this out in Australia. Well, Kate, you tell us why it's taken so long for Australia to get this Australian record when the rest of the world's had it for nearly a year.
Well, I don't know why Australians don't want it, but I guess we just, it took us a little bit longer than expected to find a label that wanted to put in the hard work to kind of get it out there. So we thought rather than, just kind of doing it half-heartedly and just, doing it ourselves, pressing up a few copies to sell at gigs, we really wanted to find someone who would do the album justice, because we think it's the best record we've done. So luckily we found that in Dust Devil. So yeah.
Well, Dust Devil is a good label for you guys to have, a good company. You're in there with Charlie Jenkins, Dan Wilson, Black Chord's in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. Like Steve seems to be fostering a great love of melodic rock and roll music that we're just really happy to be a part of it. So yeah, no, it's a great label, and we're hoping that we can do it for a long time and look into further records and things like that with Dust Devil music.
Yeah. Well, Zach's just mentioned that melodic word there, so let's get on to the melodic part of the interview then. And the influences in the band. Obviously, you've got a real love of all things probably starting around, early 90s and coming up to now. Bands like, Fountains of Wayne, Weezer. If we were to go back to your record collection at home, are these the sort of acts we're going to be finding there or on your iPod?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Those Weezer and Fountains of Wayne are two of our biggest influences, and we've loved every record they've done. I mean, maybe to a lesser extent Weezer with their more recent material. They still have some good songs, but their first record, the Blue Album and Pinkerton, are two albums that really influenced me in my songwriting, and Fountains of Wayne haven't put a step wrong in my opinion. They've just made great records from the beginning, and then, a few older things, obviously we're influenced by the Beatles and Elvis Costello and stuff like that as well, but yeah, it's probably more 90s and noughties bands that have kind of influenced what we do, for sure, yeah.
And I guess, with the Wellingtons, it's all about guitars out front and 2.5 to 3.5 minute songs.
Yeah, definitely, with a bit of keyboard thrown in there. So yeah, and all about the harmonies as well. We've got 4 singers in the band, so gonna really try to layer it up. Yeah. So.
4 singers in the band, that doesn't happen too often these days either, does it?
No, it's often a struggle to get enough microphones at shows that we play, but I guess that's a good problem to have. So, yeah. When you do it, there's a way I know we'll start today.
Tell us about living with the album and the songs for so long, Zach, because like we were talking about earlier on in the interview, the album has been out in other parts of the world for over a year now. Some of these songs must feel like pretty old songs for you now.
Oh, yes and no. We're still playing songs from our first record, which we put out maybe 6 years ago, so I guess they're still comparatively new, and we've been writing the whole time, and we've been going to the studio doing new stuff and progressing as a band as well. So, but like Kate said earlier, we're pretty confident this is the best record we've made, so we still enjoy playing the songs live, and seeing people react to them is makes it fresh and exciting for us. So I feel like we're probably playing them quite well now because we've been doing them for a while, so hopefully that'll come across. And we still enjoy playing them. It's certainly not a chore to be playing them and promoting this album that we're very happy with. So yeah.
Well, the album is Heading North for the Winter, and let's go to some of the tracks on that. Let's talk about the single that's out at the moment, Come Undone, and particularly putting the video together for that, which looked like a bit of fun.
Yeah, that was kind of I guess a pretty intense, maybe 3 weeks from conception of the video. We just working on a pretty tight budget as an independent band, we kind of go, okay, well, the best thing we can do is doing a performance video. So we kind of got it together, a venue, did it in our friend's clothing store. We just had to get everything out of this room at 9 o'clock at night because we had, after hours to do it. So we kind of went in 9 o'clock, got everything out of the store, filmed it all in, 6 hours, packed it up, put the store back together, and then I spent the next 4 days editing it, and then it was out of there. So it was really in and out really quick, and we just had a good time really. So it's just hopefully that comes across. But yeah.
So you not only edit your own videos, do your own MySpace site, sing your own songs, write your own songs,
manage our own band. Zach and I pretty much do everything. So we're working 2 full-time jobs at the moment. So it's good fun. I like having the creative control to, it's always hard when you're getting someone else to do stuff and you don't want to be too picky, and this way we just get what we want. And
Tell us about writing Come Undone. When was that done?
I have a vague recollection of a lot of my songs sort of come to me just when I'm sitting on public transport or when I'm doing various things. I remember I was actually on the train in New York going to Coney Island. Kate and I think we were just over there on our first tour in the US, and Kate and I were just going to check out Coney Island and go on the roller coaster there and a whole bunch of stuff. And it actually popped into my head on a New York subway train, and I just probably had my phone with me and started humming it into my phone and developing the idea. But it was just one of those ideas that randomly, magically fell from the sky, and I don't know how much magic was involved, but and I just sort of developed it from there and just tried to make it.
I said I didn't like it when you said listen to this. I'm like, nah,
it's all right.
I don't know, but
eventually
prove me wrong. Yeah.
So was there a bit of an inner band debate going on to be whether that would be the single or not?
Not so much. Like once we'd been playing it as a full band, I was convinced it was a good song. But at the start, Zach comes up with 6 ideas for songs a day, and I'm like, that sounds good. And usually the ones that I say sound bad are the ones that actually get to rehearsal. So I don't maybe doesn't trust my judgment at all. But
I just pretty much do the opposite that Kate says. I look at her initial reaction and then do the opposite.
Okay, well, folks, the album is out there now. Heading north for the winter, the Wellingtons. Good to have you here at Undercover.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for having us, Paul.
We won't have to pretend that it's just you and me, 'cause I fell for you so much harder than I normally do, and I should have been smarter than to ever